Alrighty everybody, we are just days away from the official release of Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 6, which is considered the finale of the show by both Joby Harold and Deborah Chow, and exactly what's coming for the future of the Star Wars universe after that is what fans are more, embracing. They really are embracing the future of what's to come by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, along with George Lucas as well. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about Kenobi Episode 6 is that this is going to be on the longer end. It is going to be 50 odd minutes long. Definitely longer than both Episode 5 and Episode 4, thankfully, and it is going to have a lot more action in that in comparison to what we got in the previous episodes of the entire Kenobi show. So that's at least one thing to look forward to. But one thing that a lot of fans have been very on edge over is exactly what's going on with the continuation of the Kenobi TV series. Now, as we discussed a couple of days ago, there are very big plans for Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2, and exactly how Disney executives and Disney CEO Bob Chapek has been discussing a lot about this for the past number of weeks, ever since, the fan criticism was rolling in for Kenobi only getting a limited show and how he was treated in that limited show. Now they're trying to expand the Kenobi series. However, Chapek is actually on a roll to canceling a major Kenobi plan that has to do with the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, specifically with, of course, Season 2. And we're going to be diving into that a little bit more right now. Now, one thing that I think a lot of fans need to be totally aware of is that the good thing about the continuation of the Kenobi series is that there will be zero Kathleen Kennedy involvement. Let's not forget that Kathleen Kennedy's scripts from the Kenobi movie actually transferred and made its way partially over to the Kenobi series Season 1. Now, with that being said, however, what's even all the more intriguing is that with, of course, Disney CEO Bob Chapek currently making very big changes to the Star Wars universe behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm as well, Disney executives are also in the process of preparing the future of the roadmap for Star Wars. Now, it's described that just recently Disney CEO Bob Chapek canceled the most recent Obi-Wan Kenobi plan for the series and exactly how it's going to move forward. And initially it was planned that the Kenobi series would use the format of just adding on more parts to the series instead of calling it a Season 2. However, now Chapek is ditching that idea and is making it turn into a Season 2 by label, and is described to have no care over it being called a limited series before in the past. Additionally, Bob Chapek is also going to be making, and of course, another big initial change to one of the big plans for Season 2 of the Kenobi series by taking out Moses Ingram out of the series and to focus more so on Kenobi and Luke this time around. Chapek is described to have pulled the plug on the return of Moses Ingram as Reva, where Reva will no longer be a part of the main Kenobi storyline, at least for Season 2. However, it's said that she will return in a brand new live-action Inquisitor TV series that will show fans how she got into the role of the third sister, along with the rise of all the other Inquisitors as well. However, as for the main Kenobi story, Reva is out and Moses Ingram will have no role in new Kenobi TV episodes. This plan stems from the fact that Disney executives realize that many fans don't like a lot of how they treated Kenobi, and of course, how Kenobi was actually put to the sideline, of course. Now, let me just stop right here for 1 second. Now, the given point about this is that Chapek is basically erasing and canceling all of the previous plans that they had for Season 2. In case you guys did not know, Season 2, they already had plans to bring back Reva, to bring back, Moses Ingram back into the situation, and what really kind of makes this all the more worrisome of what the previous plans were going to be is that it was once again going to focus more on Reva and the light side version of the character. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, I just feel like that's a little way too fast for the character to switch from, pretending to be dark and going over to the light. It's a very weird character in my opinion. I was never really all for the character of Reva. That's just my opinion. If you guys don't like that opinion, that's fine. But I just feel like Reva was a very badly written character by Joby Harold. wasn't all that complex, really. You know, they make you think that she's this dark side warrior, you know, this real inquisitor, and then you find out that she was once a Padawan. And yes, it kind of adds more value to the character, adds another layer to the character. I get that. It's kind of like it's a twist in and of itself. But moving on from all of that. However, as for the main Kenobi story, alright, Reva is cancelled out of the season 2. This plan stems from the fact that Disney executives realize that many fans do not like Reva. However, Kathleen Kennedy is said to be very frustrated over this decision that was initiated by Bob Chapek, and where also Chapek cancelled another plan that was moving forward up until a couple days ago, and that was the return of Leia in Kenobi Season 2. Now, originally the plan was to bring back Leia in a big way again for Kenobi Season 2. However, that has now been scrapped where they realize it wouldn't make much sense using another Leia storyline. It's also to be focused on Luke now and the troubles that happen on Tatooine. Now, once again, we already know that everything related to the Kenobi series is that they are planning to make it into 3 seasons, and this kind of alludes to when Ewan McGregor was in that famous Collider interview where he actually said, hey, you know, maybe it's even a trilogy. You know, he was joking around. And that was, of course, the big pointer there, is that there was so much more to be told in the Kenobi movie than what we got in the Kenobi series. Can you just kind of imagine that for a second? We have 6 hours of material where a lot of it, nothing is happening. Meanwhile, in the Kenobi movie, a lot was going to happen. A lot was going to happen. So, past all of this, Bob Chapek will also be getting a brand new director and multiple writers this time around for the series that will also involve Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Chapek is also canceling plans to keep the same budget that Season 1 had, and has decided to triple the budget for Kenobi Season 2. They really are set to make it feel more cinematic and like a movie this time around thoroughly. Chapek is set to announce Season 2 sometime by later this year, or in the beginning of 2023. This all depends on how smooth early development goes, but they are aiming to drop this big announcement in the very near future for the fandom. So that's a big thing right now that's happening between Chapek, the Disney executives, and everything that is happening with the Kenobi series and how it's evolving. Now, we're not going to probably see Season 2 until 2024 sometime, as they are aiming to begin writing this thing sometime in 2023. So we're a little ways off from seeing more Luke, seeing more Kenobi, and more Vader and Anakin. We are going to be getting a lot more about that, and exactly how they're going to be able to improve that. Again, I think it's fantastic news that they are going to be tripling the budget of Kenobi Season 2 in order to really kind of just give it a restart, or a refresh, if you will, to really approach this series with a different attitude. You know, the fact that Kathleen Kennedy had quite a big hand in the Kenobi series, not directly per se, but a lot of leftovers were transferred over from the Kathleen Kennedy supervised Kenobi movie over to the Kenobi series, and that's why you have a lot of those Kathleen Kennedy elements in there. So, like I say, guys, you know, I think that Joby Harold, at the end of the day, was not fit for the Kenobi series. I think that the Kenobi show has its great moments, but looking at the series at its entirety, it's just really not all that great. It really isn't. I mean, it's standing at, what, 59% on Rotten Tomatoes the last time I checked? So, let me know what you guys have to say about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.